I am now joined by Ben Percy, writer of so many things. It's really fun, because I remember it was like 2 years ago, maybe whenever we first announced Marvel's Wolverine the Long Night. We had you on a panel, one of my panels. He was either here or San Diego, and they're like, that was one of like the first like big things you did for us.
Yep.
And now here we are. We got 2 shows in the books.
Dawn of X-Men.
And now we're at Dawn of X-Men.
Yes.
It's so cool. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm excited. I mean, I've always been a huge nerd in love with mutants, but I feel like there's no better time to be jumping into this sandbox than right now.
Yeah. All right, so tell us a little bit about X-Force, because X-Force has always been like the nasty side of the X-Men. What's in this book?
And you know, my heart is full of centipedes and cockroaches, so I'm the perfect guy to take this team on. But, you know, if you think about this Black Ops unit, and you think about the paradigm shift that has occurred in the X universe, this is an iteration of the team you've never seen before, because they are a mutant nation, which means this is the mutant CIA.
Ooh.
So, accordingly, we have a division of analysts and a wet work unit. So, on the one hand, you have Beast, who is the head. On the other hand, you have Wolverine, who is the fist. The head and the fist, right? We've got wet work, we've got investigative work, and they are going to be both allied and, on occasion, against one another.
And it's very hairy, no matter what, whatever
There's
side.
hair everywhere.
It's just, you're just like coated in hair.
I mean, it's an age-old writing maxim. Write what you know.
Yeah.
Right? And I know hair.
I want to know more about the team. So the team is Beast, Jean Grey, and Sage on the head side, right?
Correct.
And then on the fist side, we got Wolverine, Kid Omega, and Domino.
Yes.
Wow. I like the Kid Omega addition in there, too, because that's kind of cool.
He's such a jerk.
Yeah.
And I love the way he rubs up against everybody in the wrong way. It creates great drama.
Yes.
But, you know, the thing about this team is that's a big roster. Not everybody is going to be in every issue. You know, sometimes we'll have an issue that just follows Domino. Sometimes we'll have an issue that's more about 2 characters in particular. Sometimes we'll have one that's more investigative work. Sometimes we'll have one that's more wet work. And in that way, the only thing that you can expect is the unexpected.
I like that. Dun, 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 dun. This would make a great, you know, like procedural TV show.
It's a procedural.
Thing. It's great. I'm excited for it.
Think about it like a Michael Mann sensibility. You know, if you think of Heat or something.
Yeah, yeah. I bet that guy likes Heat. He's over there. You can't see him. You're watching, but it's fine.
He looks really excited.
He loves Heat. This book is all part of Dawn of X. It's this, as you mentioned, this new paradigm shift. All the things that we're doing with the X-Men books. Jonathan Hickman starting this off with House of X and Powers of 10.
Yep.
What point in this whole process did you get involved? Was it like a phone call from Jonathan being like, I need you to kill some things?
It was that. He's like, yeah, I got a call in October, actually. I mean, I think I knew as early as September that I was going to be part of this.
2018.
Yeah. And it wasn't until October I was actually going to see Halloween the film. And he's like, what about X-Force? And I said, yes.
Yeah.
And then in January, we all came together. January of this year, we all came together for an X Summit. And during that time, you know, we had all read the documents. We had all talked to Hickman extensively. But at this time, we were figuring out team rosters. Like, we had all these 3x5 note cards, hundreds of them with all the mutants' names. And we were, you know, doing some horse trading and arguing and figuring out what the sensibility of all these teams and these series would be. So we're way ahead of things.
That's
amazing. Here's X-Force coming out in November. I've been working on this for a year.
That's so cool, though. And you work with Josh Cassara, who's so good. What a storyteller.
Now, Josh Cassara, you know, we communicate almost daily, by text, by email, by phone. And the thing is that you might know his work from Venom, and he's amazing in Venom, but he has leveled up. Like, he is turning in work that makes my jaw drop, that CB and Jordan and Hickman are all saying, like, what is going on here? Because like, this is just, there's something gritty and dirty and kinetic and incredibly emotional about what he's putting on the page, and I feel like I found a life partner.
Aw, it's nice. A life partner in sometimes murder.
In mayhem.
In mayhem.
Menace and mayhem.
Yeah. So you mentioned you have the horse trading. You guys are like planning out all these different characters, all these different moves.
Yeah.
Did you have to give up anything that you were like when you were started thinking about your book that you really wanted from a character standpoint or from like an opportunity standpoint that you're now like you're seeing someone like friggin' Jerry Duggan is doing this thing over here.
Jerry. Hate that guy.
Yeah,
Actually,
right?
I love Jerry. It's all been very civil. And the thing is that's so great about this experience is that we are not only writing these series, these individual series, we are writing one large story together. So the coordination that's occurring, not just through these summits, but through everyday correspondence on Slack, right? We're on the boards, or if I have a question about Marauders, say, just yesterday I was talking to Jerry. I was like, hey, can I do this with the Marauders crew? And then, we have a side negotiation that take it to the team. So it's all, it's all copacetic.
Nice. What about villains or like antagonists, I should say? Because in this new paradigm, especially when you talk about mutants, it feels like villainy is something, it's not necessarily the same as we've always looked at it.
Yeah.
Now there's antagonists to mutantdom.
Right.
Or whatever it is in X-Men.
Well, people who are once enemies are now allies, right?
Yeah.
The mutants are together on this team, together on this island. And even though their sensibilities don't always line up, they have the same goal. But, of course, people are going to rub up against each other. But when you talk about villains in the larger sense, like who are the antagonists of this series, I can't tell you that much.
But what the hell are we doing here?
Let me give you a tease. Tease number one. Something is going to happen at the end of X-Force 1 that will ripple across all the X titles and leave you in pain and wonder.
Yes.
So just wait for that final page.
Okay.
And here's another tease. Even though there are these treaty nations, right, who have signed up with the Mutant Nation, who have agreed to, align themselves with Krakoa, there are still those within shadow agencies, within subsets of the government, who are opposed and who are going to be working behind the scenes to undermine the mutants.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun. I like this is also the way it ripples around the Marvel Universe. There was a book I was reading. I read every book that we put out every week because of all the things that I do. And so there was, I think it was in Contagion, where Ben Grimm is holding the rest of the Fantastic Four, and he's like running around because they're all sick, and he's like, we should call the Avengers, we'll call this people. Can we call the X-Men? There's something wrong. They're doing all their weird stuff right now.
They're up
and
to
it's that little thing that I love, and how you guys are working with everybody else. This feels like a unified story that is connected to a unified universe. And that's got to be fun for you as a creator, as a storyteller, to know that there are those stakes.
Yeah. And also the way in which, we have like characters right now who are like, what's going on with these mutants?
Yeah.
And eventually it's going to get a little more aggressive, as you would expect.
Yeah.
Like, as opposed to like, what's going on with these guys? Like, what the hell is going on with these guys?
Yeah.
They've got to stop.
I like it. I like that a lot. It's been really fun.
Trouble's coming.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's super cool. X-Force comes out real soon, right?
November 6th. It'll make all your dreams come true.
Okay. You guys, all your dreams will come true when you buy X-Force #1. That is a guarantee from Ben. Ben, thank you very much.
All your dreams and nightmares, I should say.
Oh, God. Sorry.